impact alert day that is in effect. Want to give you the latest information as that comes in. Now, starting off with what you need to know, the timing for the strongest storms will be between 6 p.m. this evening and 2 a.m. So this is right when the sun goes down. These are the most dangerous storms because you're not going to be able to see them like you can during the day. When you look to the west, you can see those clouds starting to really build. These storms are going to produce all different types of hazards. That includes damaging wind, hail, at least an inch in diameter, and even some possible spin-up tornadoes. So I can't stress this enough to have a plan, stay connected. We'll be bringing you all of the latest. And really this morning with the weather as warm as it is, you can see those temperatures out there in the 50s and 60s. So that's really setting the stage. And once we get some sunshine this afternoon to get some things going. But if we take a look at the satellite and radar this morning, this is not the main event. We're going to get a brief lull before our main storm system moves in later today. But if I zoom into central Ohio, you can see we did have some heavier showers coming through. There should be some more in the next several hours. But again, my main concern will be for a line that develops later tonight after dark. I will have the latest in the 10 weather impact forecast tracking it hour by hour for you in just a few minutes. Brent.
Thank you.
Columbus through Zanesville, Newark, Coshocton. This is kind of where some of our heavier downpours have been pushing through. So you'll probably have a slick drive this morning to church. But the real big part of this event is going to be later today. Storm Prediction Center, they issue this outlook when there is a concern, an elevated concern. And we are up to now a 3 out of 5 on the severity scale for the storms that develop later today. The biggest threat will be for damaging wind gusts, but I don't like the elevated tornado risk at medium as well as large hail. Large hail starts at 1 inch in diameter. So I do want to go over really quickly just some tornado safety because this isn't typically the time of year that we talk about it, although as we've seen, it can happen. If we do have that tornado warning issued, you want to get to the lowest level of your building or home. So if you're in a condo, that might be the first floor, maybe in the closet that has 4 interior walls. Stay away from windows, outside walls. And this is something I always like, especially for kids. Have a bike helmet. Maybe the kids can bring their bike helmets in tonight from the garage, pillows, blankets, and also have a pair of shoes nearby in case something does happen and you have to walk through any types of debris. Now, again, this is if a tornado happens. It's going to be an increased risk, but I want to make sure you know if you're in a mobile home that's not safe. So maybe tonight's a good night to stay at a friend's house. Maybe there's a local shelter. You just need to have that plan in place, and I'm giving you that heads up now. And if you do have to drive later, I know these are mainly going to be after hours. However, some people work overnight. You want to make sure you're in that safe place. Now, what's the difference between a watch and a warning? Well, let's use cupcakes, for example. A cupcake watch means you have a plan, the ingredients are in place, you're ready to go. If there's a warning, that means you have to take action. The threat is happening or it's imminent. So if there's a watch, if it's issued, that means, hey, get ready, there's that possibility. Warning means you need to take action. Something's either happening or about to occur. So let's go through the hour by hour. I'm going to walk you through the entire morning. So here's that early morning rain that I'm talking about. Heavy downpours at times, maybe some localized flooding. We are looking to get this moving out, though, by early afternoon. Now, depending on how much sunshine we get will depend on how strong these storms can get because, like I just mentioned, it puts the ingredients out in the atmosphere for something big to whip up. So here's 7 o'clock. You can start to see this line take shape. Right here, Bellefontaine, Kenton, Urbana, moving through by 9 o'clock into London, Delaware. And again, these are the current times as of right now. It might be a little before or after these times, but it's giving you a good estimate that this is going to be after dark. But also something to notice is once the worst of this moves through, you can see things clear out pretty quickly behind it. So here's 10 o'clock moving through Columbus into Newark, right along the I-70 corridor by 11 into Zanesville, Cambridge, Coshocton. This continues to move its way off to the east, and then things overnight will start to die back down. It'll quiet down. We'll have some rain lingering into Monday morning, and then things will start to clear out as we go into the day. Now, we're going to be here keeping a close eye on things all day for you. There's no watches in place right now, but later today, I suspect if the ingredients all come together perfectly, we will have a watch issued, and that just means to be prepared. So right now is the time to make sure your yard is secured. Damaging wind gusts are the #1 concern for us, but as I mentioned, we could also see some large hail, so maybe park your car indoors somewhere tonight, or if you park on the street, don't park under a tree because those branches could come down. And then after this,